Hello students, today we will be studying about the forms of power sharing. As you know that the idea of power sharing has emerged in opposition to the notions of undivided political power, and therefore this is the reason that for a long time it was believed that all powers of the government must reside in one person or group of persons so that it is possible to take quick decisions and enforce them. But these notions have changed with the emergence of democracy, because the principle of democracy is that people are the source of all political power. In a democracy, people rule themselves through institutions of self-government, and in a good democracy, government give respect to diverse groups and their views that exist in a society. And when government is respecting the views of the society, it means every voice is shaping the public policies, as everyone present in the society or in the state or in the country is part of shaping the public policies. And that is the reason in a democratic political power should be distributed among as many citizens as possible. What does it tell you? That power should be distributed among many citizens. It should not be concentrated in one hand. Now we will go through the different types of power sharing. In short, number 1, power shared among different organs of the government, and these organs are legislature, executive and judiciary. As you know, the legislature is the organ of the government that forms the rule, frames the rule. Executive execute the rules, and judiciary keep check on the legislature and executive. In the same manner, legislature also can check the executive and judiciary, and executive can also check the legislature and judiciary. All the three organs of the government have the same powers, and that is the reason it is known as the horizontal distribution of power, because it allows different organs of government placed at the same level to exercise different powers. All the organs have power, and at the same time they cannot exercise unlimited power, as each organ checks the other, and this results in a balance of power among various institutions. As we have seen last year that in a democracy, even though ministers and government officials exercise power, they are responsible to the parliament or state assemblies. It means all the ministers and government officials are checked by the parliament, all the state assemblies, and similarly judges are appointed by the executive, and these judges who are appointed by the executive, they are free to check the functioning of the executives or the laws made by the legislature, and this is the reason this arrangement is called a system of check and balances.